Mama! Mama! You need to get in your boiler, Mama, and get all that mud on you.
We were trying to give back a little bit to the farmers who have supported me through my career. We've found over the years when the farmer's in trouble, when they've got, you know, droughts and fires and all that good stuff going on, we tried to help them out. And, you know, I found recently when I was going through some things, they were the first ones to, you know, reach out to me. I'd like to introduce this fine lady, Miss Stacey from All We Need Farms. She has her pops on sale outside, goat pops made from goat milk, the most fabulous thing you've ever tasted. Yeah, go grab some. My mother-in-law is like addicted to them. So, it's like heroin for like senior citizens.
I've been farming, I guess, since my daughter Jessie was born, so she's 12 now. It's been a long road to get here. I studied accounting at LSU. I have a degree in accounting. I took a bunch of classes, and one of them was a pesticide applicators class. And after that class, I decided I would never spray anything. It scared me. So that led a long road to eating in a different way and managing the food that we eat very closely.
We've had 4 of the farm dinners. Our first one was at the Berry Farm.
Hopefully tonight we make this connection, right? This is the idea that we hope that we bring home. We hope that you get to see the way that we raise the animals. We hope that you get to see the way that love from our family translates into love of this place, which translates into love on this place. So we think this is very much a reflection of the way that we were created, and that also is a manifestation of what you see here.
Our second one was at Blue Heron Farm, which was a farm lunch, which was beautiful. And then All We Need Farms with Stacey, Rousell, and her goat's milk pop.
Part of the reason I love this work that I do is the smile on the face of the little kid that eats my popsicle. Makes me happy.
This is incredible, by the way. This is really, really good.
It's like goat milk and strawberries.
How do I eat it on film?
Sexy like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I eat it way more awkward when I know I'm being filmed.
I know what went into making that, the work that went into it, but also all the ingredients and where they came from. I know it's a good product. It's something that my family eats. They're all going to come now. Are you ready?
Yeah. And then now we have the 4th and last in this particular series here at Home Sweet Farms.
2004, we moved out here and started the first CSA farm to serve Houston, and doing close to about 380 families every week, and developing a long time with other farmers in the area where we could broaden our product line. It's turned into a big thing for Brenham and a big community hangout, and you guys will really experience that tonight. I mean, people from all walks of life will be sharing a family-style dinner in literally an old garage. And the Houston Chronicle was distributed out of the last 22 years.
And this is what we're trying to accomplish with our dinners to a certain extent, is literally encompassing this breaking bread thing.
And just going out to local farms that provide a product for the restaurants in Houston, and just putting the spotlight back on the farms.
Today, like when I was driving out here and I was like seeing all kind of little stands on the side of the roads and farmers coming up there and selling stuff and just driving around Brenham. And for me, it was just like, this is why Richard's doing this, is getting people out here to see where their food's coming from, to meet the people, to smell the terroir, if you want to call it whatever. I think it's a good opportunity for people in the city to take a little hour drive out here and meet these people that they're paying good money in the city for eating their stuff that these people put their heart into.
Yeah, we have a lot of really great chefs contributing for this one.
My name is Antoine Ware, executive chef of Howard's in the Heights.
Lyle, Bento, Southern Goods in the Heights. We're right down the street from each other.
Very excited to be here and a part of it.
Richard and Hannah are my mentors. I've kind of learned from both of them. She's chef and general manager at Boomtown. She's a badass.
After that, we have Kathy and Wade Elkins, which are lurking in the background here.
So my name is Wade Elkins, and this is my wife, Kathy. And we grew up in Magnolia, Texas. So high school sweethearts. That's what we do.
Richard called me and told me about it. What I told him, I was like, what took you so long, you know? He's been having these ideas for years and years and years, especially at feasts, especially the whole, like, respect your meat kind of philosophy that we had there. But I'm just happy that he actually gets the stupid ideas out of his head and gets to put it in provision, so.
I think this Breaking Bread pop-up dinner is a special thing to do. It's been interesting. I know we've been doing a series of these dinners across farms outside of Houston. And Washington County, right here being the birthplace of Texas, has been kind of a special place for us.
Tonight, it's looking like it's going to be a very laid-back, fun, casual dinner. So it's going to be a lot of family-style service, a lot of passing of plates, a lot of eating with your hands.
Get it together out here, and then talk to your number two or whatever you want to do, and then go, I got to go out.
What the?
You trying to get me in trouble?
These people are all of our friends, and through this, they've become our family, and it's great to see how supportive everybody's been, and just willing to come and help out and give their time and do great things for the community and the farming community.
Farmers manage problems. So we wake up every day and we tackle the next thing. And so sometimes it might be a coyote or a bobcat that's your problem. Maybe it's a freezer that died. It seems like something's always broken. I can name a few things right now that I should have taken care of last week.
These guys are living it real. You know, there's fighters, there's droughts, there's animals getting out.
And animals get in sometimes that aren't supposed to be. That happens too.
There's crazy shit going on all the time. I can sort of appreciate that working in the kitchen. It's not quite the same, but you know, a lot of crazy shit all the time.
And this is a great way to tell that story. I mean, we've got many different farms represented on the table here tonight, and you know, with 44 farms providing a lot of the protein in this incredible trailer out here to cook straight out on the street.
They're doing an amazing job of quality beef. A lot of the restaurants that these chefs work at and I was at, we all use 44 farms because the quality and the consistency is always there. And it's a Texas thing. Again, you know, they're a little bit bigger. They draw from a lot of farms, as in the name 44 farms. But still, they're not at the level of not caring. They do care. They care very much. As I say, if you go up to one of their bull sales, you know, every one of those people that works there from the top to the bottom cares about those animals and cares about what's going on in that farm. And you can tell, you can just see it and feel it. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing.
How many times do I need to say 44 farms before they give me a discount on my meat? Everybody in Brenham loves 44 farms. Discount.
We have Mr. Kris Morris behind the bar, and his lovely wife, Samantha.
So, as I'm sure some of you know, there was a pony race today.
Yeah.
So, in honor of that, we're doing a sort of modern take on a mint julep. So, it's got Maker's Mark as well as a trio of rums with mint, aloe vera juice, and thyme syrup. It's dusted with a combination of powdered sugar and mace, because he's British and he'll put mace in anything, quite frankly. And then on the spoon is a caviar made from an aloe vera liqueur as well.
Obviously. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Kris.
Thank you. If you guys haven't gotten your drink tickets, you're going to have 2 little tokens. Kris Morris has them for you. If you haven't received them, please be honest. I will be able to tell later if it's shitty. I'm watching you. Until I'm having too much fun.
So we've been, donating to Heifer International for most of them. But last weekend, if anybody has somebody on the ground they want to link in with, we do that. We were at Winnie Farms last weekend. Their farm down there, they nearly got burnt down, like literally 6 months ago.
So that was why it was so important to them.
When Chef Knight reached out to us and was like, hey, do y'all want to be a part of this charity event that we're doing? And we found out it was for the firefighters and what they do. It was no questions asked. It was a no-brainer. We were on board.
Over 200 acres burned. really close to our dairy, and Emily and I watched that fire. I've never been so afraid in my whole life. I grew up in South Louisiana, so a fire was the last, that's something that happens far away, not something that, like a hurricane that you would be used to, and so I had never experienced 200 acres burning, and that is a really different thing. We had just got all of our equipment to make the pops here, and that was not easy. It's like a used pasteurizer and piecing together things, and it took 6 months. It was not easy for me. And then I saw that fire and I've never been so afraid. Those firefighters, they did an amazing job.
I'm the fire chief here at Neville Fire Department. I've been chief at this department for 11 years and a volunteer for 21 years. On this one particular evening, there was a fire, a grass fire reported, spreading pretty fast across a marsh lowland area. Our fire department and 4 others were in a defensive mode. Defensive meaning protecting all structures that were possible around the perimeter of this fire.
And then I saw the first smoke come out. It was right after school let out. They had been burning on the other corner, so I'm like, oh, they're doing another burn today. That's interesting. And then the flames got higher. I'm like, well, that's different. And you can see where that ground is raised. When they do control burns, they disc a fire break. So it's like 12 feet, and that stops the fire from spreading to other properties.
During the active fire, a couple of farmers provided tractors and discs to help create fire breaks, which aided in the control of the fire. Then we would have a wind shift from a second direction, pushing the fire toward other structures. So the group reorganized, came up with a new plan, and started defending structures now that were downwind.
When I saw that, I was like, oh my God, Emily, what are we gonna do? We asked the guy, like, I have a 700-pound pig out here, so do I need to load her in the trailer?
As luck would have it, a norther blew in and changed the wind direction a third time and created new hazards. New structures were being threatened.
She says, Mama, she looked at me deadpan. I think it's time that we should load the pigs now. Just like that. And I was like, oh my God, we're loading her.
At one point with one of the wind shifts, it was pushing the fire directly to the fence, the border of the property of All We Need Farm. And talking to Stacey, she really felt like she was fixing to lose everything she's worked the last 2 years for.
We've worked really hard to build this place, to do the farm work that I do. And I just imagined losing everything that night. I really thought it was going to be gone.
That 210 acres were surrounded by numerous homes and barns. So there was a lot of potential for losses, but yet the 5 fire departments working together, which were all volunteer fire departments, were able to stop the fire and protect all properties.
And so to wake up the next morning and it still be here, even if it smelled like smoke, was such a beautiful thing. Like someone gave me a huge Christmas present.
We wanted to do something to, give back to the farmers and
bring a sense of community together while helping others and building friendships and appreciating food and the people that work so hard to get it from, the soil all the way through going it to your plate, and the chefs that work with these people, and the relationships are really important, and just wanted to kind of bring that whole thing full circle in a celebration.
And so good for our local community, because our fire department is going to benefit a lot from the work that those guys did that night.
We're all volunteer. We thrive off of donations that are made to us, fundraisers, personal donations. That's our operating capital. It goes towards equipment, our fuel bill, protective clothing. One of our initiatives is to get everybody in up-to-date gear. The cheapest thing about the whole fire department is the salary. There is none. So to have a donation like that given to us, it'll go a long way.
And I'm just really grateful for those people that serve our community, that work regular jobs during the day, and they came after work and took care of something that wasn't theirs. If you just stop and think about it for 2 minutes, it makes you want to cry. So
it was just so humbling just to see like how happy they were and grateful for that. He said, you know, they make 50 cents go a long way when they get it dropped in the bucket at a stoplight. And so imagine what a huge gift that was for him. And it was an honor, and it's an honor to be the work that we're doing, the work that we are doing.
So, yeah, we're not in it for the money, but we're in it for hopefully the right reason.
Yeah.
It's community. It's like, you know, we're all on the same team. We're all trying to do the right thing and have fun. And, you know. Yeah. Anyway, next course.
Yeah, the Breaking Bread series was beautiful in that way. It brought an experience here that some of the people that sat at our table had never had.
People love the community table because they get an opportunity to talk to people. So the long tables, meeting new people, talking about food they may have not eaten before, where it came from.
Started out with the chilled soup. Never had chilled soup before. It was awesome. The shrimp were prepared on a salt block. Never had that before. I mean, it was an experience for me because I've never would have gone to a restaurant and ordered these items off a menu. Personally, it's opened my mind up to maybe I need to explore different foods. So.
Good evening. So by day, I'm a fishmonger, and one thing we always have a lot of is fish heads, and people don't eat enough fish heads, I guess. So we have lots of red snapper heads that are kind of split that way, and then grilled, and then topped with what's called a yum.
So, want you guys, it's family style, get in there and, like, you know, fight your neighbors for it. This is the best bit.
It's really, really important, especially in a place as big as Houston, that we feel a sense of connection. And that's one of the things that I think that they've done with the Breaking Bread series has been so beautiful, is that a Houston-based couple, chef and his wife, have been able to draw the people out to the farms, to the places that are doing the work. I'm really grateful for them, yeah.
Helping put culture back into agriculture, giving people, even with these opportunities, with these dinners out here, for them to get a little bit closer to where their food's being produced.
Culture is an interesting thing. You know, it's something that we build and we live and breathe every day without even realizing it. And food is central to that. Having that thing as something we can share, something that's beautiful, something that connects people on a different level is what it's all about.
Thank you all for coming. This is pretty good. It's our last little do on our Breaking Bread Series 1, and we'll see what the hell goes on from here. And
Series 1, yes.
Yes, for now. We'll
for now.
Does anybody have any questions before we leave?
What's your favorite animal?
You.
I did not grow up dreaming of being on a farm. Isn't that funny? I didn't. I don't know. People would always ask me when I was younger, like, what are you going to be? And I was the kid that could never answer that question. I didn't know. And I studied in school not knowing what I wanted to do, right? My parents were like, you need to get a degree that you can get a job. And then I got that job and, you know, I wasn't happy. Happiness is a funny thing. It's not the same thing for every person, right? So what makes you happy? What makes you happy is the question. I know I'm really happy doing this work.
So the Breaking Bread series, I think, has just been a big part of really bringing people closer together, to really that connection of how food brings people together and not taking it for granted, because you're really seeing what's put into it.
So yeah, that's Breaking Bread.
You're gonna, okay.
We're going to taco about it. Taco about it.
And they're using this as a storefront for farmers to come in and bring their produce and stuff. So I just made that up.
Chef, you're doing that before he's doing it.
Oh, God.
It's all gonna taste the same.
Damn it, chef.
It is all gonna taste the same.
Yeah, just getting very overexcited. That's all.
And Hannah's husband was my neighbor downstairs directly below me when I had my first apartment in college. And he's a huge anything Philadelphia sports-wise fan. So he would like be very loud. He's a very passionate fan. So that's how he and I became friends. I always thought somebody was being murdered downstairs until I figured that out.
How'd she come? Come on, Mamacita. She's sleeping? She scares me sometimes because she looks dead. Mama! Mama. What you doing? You look all red. You need a wallow? Hey, Mama. Shit. Well, that was excitement.
That's how we met.
Really?
Beer glasses.
Beer glasses?
When you were wearing them.
And it's getting attacked by bugs. This will be good for the blooper reel later. At the end.
This is the first dinner that I've done with the Breaking Bad series that's featuring other chefs.
Breaking bread.
Breaking bread, what did I say?
Breaking Bad.
I think that's great for branding.
Right?
It's so good. It's bad.
Thank you, chefs. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We love you.